bike dealers, bike traders. There's loads of them, isn't there? Thousands of them all over the place. Many of them specialising in one particular make. You've got your Hondas, Kawasaki's, Suzuki's, Harley Davidsons, all sorts. But there aren't many, certainly not that I can think of, that specialise in one particular model. Well, this is such a place, Halco Tuning, just outside Salisbury, and they specialise in these Yamaha XS650s. Why? Well, I'm about to find out. And there's another one, another XS650. There's loads of them. The place is flipping full of them and tripping over them. Tony Hall, XS650s. We've got hundreds of them. Why XS650s?
Well, I don't think there's any one reason why they've become so popular, really. Everybody's got his own reason for wanting the machine, but really it's now recognised, I think, as one of the, maybe the few Japanese machines that have become well respected. They are a very good package. They don't really do anything exceptionally well. They're not as fast as the new machines or whatever, but they got a very, very good, infinitely rebuildable engine that you can do anything with, and the rest of the chassis is good. Not exceptional, but good. So people can obviously do make what they want of the machine, and they are very much like what the old British machine perhaps should have been if they'd have carried on or maybe started with a clean sheet of paper. Right.
So what you're saying is it's probably the best sort of straight twin that you can get, really?
Yeah, there's very few machines on the same level as it, you know, comparable. If you take away the multi-cylinder machines and you're looking for, say, a vertical twin, there isn't a lot to choose from apart from the old British stuff, which is now very dated. But this was, I think, Yamaha's first effort at doing a four-stroke, and they did get it right. In fact, they appear to have overbuilt the engine, which is why it's been so good.
Yeah, you say overbuilt because bulletproof is a term I've heard used often when people refer to these, because people bore these out to all sorts of weird
you can get them up, you can make them to over 1,000 cc if you want to, and that sort of thing, still on the basic same bottom end, and they've proved very, very strong.
But it doesn't exist anymore, Tony, this, does it? The XS. It's defunct as a model.
It is obsolete, yes.
Right, so when did it start and when did it finish?
It's had an exceptionally long run, especially for a Japanese machine, which is perhaps why there's so many of them around in various guises. They brought them into the States about 69, 70 as an XS1, which evolved into an XS2 electric starter and so on through various models. They basically ceased to be available in this country either as a standard roadster like this one or the more custom version from the factory in '81, although the Americans carried on and had them available for a following 2 years. So they've had a very long run in the basic same format, but variants of.
Right, so they must have done something right then for it to last that long. But 83 the Americans stopped, 81 we stopped, is that right?
That's about right, yeah.
Right.
Different markets.
Long time ago that, you're still putting these things together and doing everything to them. Where are you getting all your bits from?
Well, to Yamaha's credit, most of the stuff that matters, the mechanical parts, are still available. I think they tend to take the attitude, if you still want to buy it, we'll still make it, maybe. A lot of the chassis bits are a problem, but some of that we now manufacture ourselves or have made, depending on the demand, whether the item in the first instance works properly, whether it's perhaps too expensive or not available. Any of those factors would cause us maybe to consider whether we should be making the parts ourselves. So we managed to keep the machine rolling on that basis. They're not really, for a machine that's been out of production that long, difficult to keep on the road.
Right. But so you're making some of your own bits now. So let's have a look at some of the bits that you're making for them.
Okay, yeah, well, for example, on a machine like a roadster version as this, we'd be making our own complete exhaust system. That's largely for cost reasons. We make replacement panels, chain guards, we make a whole range of seats, some of it on cost basis, some of it on availability, you know, or non-availability, various reasons for it. But there'll be quite a range of bits and pieces on a machine like this that we can actually now reproduce.
Tony, the XS, obviously, it's popular, otherwise you wouldn't be doing this. It's providing a business for you. There's a future for it, but is there anything, well, where is the future? Are they going to fizzle out? Are they all going to break down eventually and stop going?
Well, they are. I mean, obviously, we try and keep them running as a standard road machine, which is where the main demand is. But as you mentioned it, we are actually moving on now. The next step for us is to make our own frame and chassis kit to enable the people to turn this base machine into something that they really want that's different.